Greetings, family. I would just like to renew a call which I previously made to the African diaspora for closer ties with the African Union. Now, this is a suggestion, but I believe it is important for all of us in the African diaspora to have a relationship with the continent. And one suggestion which I feel would assist in this aim is if each country in the Caribbean and also the black populations in other parts of the world all had an African Union embassy or an African Union ambassador in each of their countries. If we had one in the Bahamas, Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados, etc., there would be closer ties and more solidarity with the continent, right? There are many mutual economic opportunities, many mutual opportunities for cultural exchange, many mutual opportunities for the exchange of information, the exchange of aid. So I think it's important for us to not only look to the European nations who we do business with in our region. We should first look to the continent to forge these ties in order for us to have an independence from the foreign colonial regimes, right? As the African diaspora, we are very much in position to create a hemisphere to hemisphere trade arrangement which can be mutually beneficial to both of our regions. The African Union has an ambassador for the diaspora, and she deals with the entire diaspora from her office. But the calls for us to actually have closer interaction have not been fully realized. And I believe it's not being fully realized because one office cannot deal with the entire African diaspora. All right, some people will be getting attention and some will be ignored. Some will be left out of the loop and out of the discussion. So I believe having an African Union embassy in each of our countries would resolve the issue that we have had concerning not having any embassies from the continent in our regions. We don't have any African embassies in the Bahamas. We have many African residents, but we don't have an embassy. So instead of having, I guess, an embassy for one particular country on the continent, if we have an African Union embassy, this resolves the issue of communication, right? Through the African Union, we can communicate with all 55 member states. We can assist where it is necessary. We can trade where it is possible. And the solidarity will only make the future brighter for the coming generations who would wish to migrate. And also, in other news, I am glad to find out that many Africans from the diaspora have taken the call to return to the continent. And this being the year of the return, um, I notice it is not highly publicized in the Bahamas. It is not highly publicized in our region. You will find that most of the people who are actually taking hold of this strategy of migration and settlement, these are people who are primarily from the United States. But I think we need to actually um, sensitize the public a lot more because many people you will find are not aware of this year of the return. They're not aware of the various reparations initiatives. So I think we need to get back to the table as a community, as a nation, and find ways where we can bridge the gap and, in ways that will be beneficial to the coming generations. Okay? So, people, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below about this suggestion. One love.